Good morning. Welcome, Flint Hill family. It's Wednesday, April the 15th. Ordinarily, this would be tax day, but because of COVID-19, it has been pushed forward until July. So those adults of us that know what April the 15th normally means, we get a break today. Okay, so I want to welcome you and thank you for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. I hope you are still finding the new show informative and enjoying the different activities that I have for the students to see and to just give them a little something different than what their ordinary curriculum is to learn about. I've got something exciting today, or at least it's exciting for me. I hope they'll find it exciting and you will too. So let's get this day started. Let's check in on our weather and see what the weather's going to be like today. Okay, I checked on the forecast. The forecast for today is supposed to be sunny, but it's going to be a little cooler than what it's been being, with a high today of 64 and a low of 39. So if you go outside today, it's still going to be nice, but you might need a long sleeve shirt or just a light jacket on if you're going to be out and about today. I've already walked out once this morning, and it is a little bit chillier than normal, but it's going to still be a great day. That being said, let's get our day started by paying respect to our flag and our country. So if you will, please stand. Attention, salute, pledge. Thank you, and you may be seated. Got several things to talk to you about today, a few announcements and a few shout outs. Let's go over the shout outs first. Now, these are not the only great things that are happening with our Flint Hill family. These are just the things that I know about. If you have something exciting in your classroom going on, when you're on Zoom or something of that nature, please send it to me. You guys, there's many more of you than there are of me. But yesterday, I spent some time, I've been trying to go to all the different classes that I see throughout the school year. And sometimes they overlap and I don't always get to all of them, but I think I've got a schedule put together now where I can just about see everyone. Yesterday, I spent some time in Miss Nelms and Mr. McCormick's class, and that was not the first time I've been with them. They had invited me before, but great lessons, great conversation, brain teasers for math. I love them. And, it's funny, sometimes we really can some of the students, but sometimes they come through for us, and it's really great to see. Choice boards were going on with Mr. McCormick, and just let me tell you, I believe there's going to be some architects and real estate agents in that particular classroom, because one of the assignments was to draw a layout of your house and describe it, and they were all much, much, much better than I could have ever done. So I thought that was pretty awesome. They had an activity where you could choose to write a poem, and Tucker Rowe knocked it out of the park. He did a great job on his poem. So good job, Tucker, and to the other people that were stars in that class yesterday. We had a total at one time of 26 viewers in our Zoom class. That was awesome. I hope you have a good day today. Miss Levitt, I spent some time with her class yesterday. We talked about the Missouri Compromise. We read from the book, the novel Chocolate Touch, and I have to say I don't really know a lot about that book. I came in the middle of it, but I believe it would be an excellent choice if you wanted to read a novel over the summer. They did Gimkit. I really couldn't see what they were doing on that, but they seemed to really be having a good time, and I heard Miss Levitt yelling at them. I think she was saying, freeze them out, freeze them out. So whatever they were doing, they were having a great time at it. Also, in Miss Cole's class yesterday afternoon, I was able to speak with them and spend a little time with them. They were reading the book Hatchet. So another one of the favors of the fifth grade. We talked about with many of my news crew were in on that particular Zoom session, and we talked about getting together on Thursday. So please pass that along to all the WPTV members. If you did not get an invitation for Zoom, please contact me or Miss Ellis or Miss Cannon. Start doing for us and sending us information so we can get it on the news show. So that was great news also. I wanted to also let you guys know, as a form of announcements, parents, just please check the Flint Hill website, and I have it posted under the COVID-19 link and also on the opening homepage. The county has put together frequently asked questions and answers, and I have posted that, so that would give you some ideas of how the end of the year will be playing out for us in Newton County schools. So please take time to check in on that. If you have not done your flip grid for the USS Nimitz, please do so. Students, the teachers they are way ahead of you. I wish I had written down the latest teachers, but just off memory, I know Miss Weldon, Miss Levitt, Mr. Skidmore, Miss Walker, and Elizabeth Walker, John Miller. Those are the only ones I can think of right off the top of my head. But guys, please, 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 I'm taking this down on Friday, and we really want a good turnout to be able to send off to the USS Nimitz. So please take time to do that. If you need help, ask your teacher, email me, however you want to do this. Let's get this. Let's send a great video from Flint Hill to the USS Nimitz. Tomorrow night, make sure you mark your calendar at 8 o'clock on the channel ABC. Disney Family Sing Along. This should be fun, something that the whole family can get involved with. If you want to take a little snippet of a video of your family singing one of your favorite Disney songs, do that and send it to me. Okay, I'd love to put it on the news show. Also, I wanted to remind everyone that there's still packets if you need them at Flint Hill. They will be taken in tomorrow at lunchtime. So please, if you still need the packet for this week and next week, run by the school and pick it up. If you are able to do it online and get your information offline, then you don't need a packet and you're good. So please take note of all this and see where it fits into your needs. And if there's anything else that we can do for you, please let us know. I want you to, in the next few videos, I'm going to show you, of course, a few snippets of some of the classroom, Zoom rooms, I guess I should call them. And then I'm going to move into what I want to talk about today. So I'm going to let you look at the videos or the snapshots of the Zoom rooms, and then we're going to go into our story. Wasn't that awesome to see those students involved and interacting with their teachers through technology? Who would have ever thought that we could do that? I know I'm older than most of you, but I'm not ancient. If you'd have told me when I was in elementary school that we could learn that way, I would have never believed you. That it would have been like something from outer space. And sometimes when we're in the classroom, the kids talk about things, and I mean, my kids are grown, so some of the times what they talk about, I don't really know what they're talking about. But I would always tell them that. I kind of act like I do sometimes. But then I get caught because they ask me something and I'm like, I'm not really familiar with that, but tell me a little bit about it and I'll let you know what I think. And then sometimes I'll tell them things about the way it was when I was growing up and I was in elementary school, and they just look at me like I'm crazy. And I can't imagine that, time has flown by like that, and they don't know some of the stuff that, and they can't really comprehend some of the things that we did as we were young. So I'm going to show you 2 slides, and I want to tell you what these 2 slides are about. The first slide that you're going to see is a picture of something called romper stompers. Now, I don't know if anybody knows what romper stompers are, but you're going to see a picture of them. And what that was, it was something fun that we used to do back when I was in elementary school. I had a set of these. And you put your feet on top of the yellow cup looking like things, and they had straps that were green that you held onto, and you walked kind of like you were on stilts, but I mean, you weren't that far up in the air, but and they made noises like you were stomping when you moved. We had great fun with those. Is there something out there today that is similar to that you might have at your house, and maybe I just don't know? I can't put those 2 together. Think about it. Then the next picture that I'm going to show you, this was a television show that was on when I was very young, and I think it still aired up for many, many, many years. I don't even know for how many years. But there was a classroom teacher on there, and her name was Miss Nancy. And she came on every day, and I can remember sitting in front of the television, black and white television. Yeah, I know you guys don't understand that either. But I can remember sitting there, and she would be teaching the students that were in her little class on television, and she would ask questions, and you just automatically answered back like you were in the room with her, kind of like Zoom in a way, but she couldn't hear me. And at the very end, she always had a magic mirror. And in this magic mirror, she would start telling about the students that had done a good job out in television land. And she would say, I can see Lynn, I can see Sherry, I can see Andy, I can see Matthew, I can see Michael. And I sat there for years, people, and she never called my name. And I knew I was participating, and I never understood why. She never called my name. That might have been devastating to me, but now we don't have that problem with Zoom because your teachers can see and hear you. Now, could she really see through that magic mirror? That mirror might have had some magic, but it never saw me, okay? So that's the good thing about Zoom now. So I wanted to share those 2 things with you. I want you to see the pictures, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to tell you about 2 or 3 more things. Okay, so I hope you got the gist of that. The next 2 things that I'm going to show you is, one is a picture of a doll that was very popular back when I was young and in elementary school. Nowadays, you guys have these American dolls and Cabbage Patch dolls or kids and things like that. Well, this doll was called Mrs. Beasley. So I'm curious to see how many people out there remember who Mrs. Beasley was. Well, Mrs. Beasley came off of a television show called Family Affair. And her owner or her caretaker was called Buffy. Okay, Joey and Buffy were twins that lived with their uncle. And Mrs. Beasley was a confidant to Buffy. And it was a sweet, sweet show. I wish they still aired those, and maybe they do, and I just don't know where they're at. But that was kind of the Mrs. Beasley was yesterday's Cabbage Patch Kids, I guess you might could say. The next thing I'm going to show you is, I know you have seen these. I think you've seen these before. These are called old maid cards. And when I was young, my grandmother had a set of these at her house, and my cousins and I, we played these cards many times, and they looked just like these. But I bought a set of old maid cards to play with my after school class this year, and the cards don't look like this, but these were like the original old maid cards. So I want you to take a look at them, see what you think, and then I'm going to end it with my next two slides. Okay, and by the way, you never wanted to get the old maid card. But somehow or another, when I played with my cousins, it seemed like I always got them until I got smart enough to rig it to where they were the ones that got it. Okay, so the next two pictures I want to show you are things that you might would have seen in a classroom. Okay, now the first picture, I have to say, I don't really remember this, but I thought it was pretty cool, and I'm going to share it with you anyway. This picture is a picture of an eraser with a little brush where you would erase, and then you had the brush that would brush it off your paper, where now you guys just use your hands and you swipe it across for what little bit you do right. This was kind of the answer to the backspace button on the computer. That's kind of how I can explain it to you. So I thought it was pretty neat. I just wanted to kind of throw it out there and share it with you. The next picture, the first thing you're probably going to say is, Miss Bates, we know what that is. That's how you write the letters, and we've got those posted in our classrooms on the wall. Yeah, but yours are all nice and neat and colorful and fun to look at. But that's not really what I wanted you to look at. It's beneath the handwriting that I wanted you to look at. Now, when you guys are doing geography lessons or social studies, your teachers have an active board, and they pull it up on they pull the pictures of the countries up on the active board on the maps, and they show you where everything's at. I was seeing this yesterday just in the 4th grade class with Miss Levitt. She had a flip chart pulled up, and everything was pretty, and you guys could see it, and she was able to manipulate the states to be for what she was talking about. I believe they were using Studies Weekly, but I'm not positive about that. And what we had to do back when I was in school is the maps were mounted to the wall, and you pulled the map down, and you looked at the map from it's being pulled down. And then when the teacher was through with it, she'd pull it on a little bit more, and it would go flying back up into its holder. So I just thought those were some pretty neat things to let you see just how far technology and just, our environment's changed. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please let me know, because there are lots of these out there, and I just had a ball looking through them and wanting to bring them to you. If you really enjoyed it, maybe I'll do this again another day. But now what I'd like to do is I'd like for us to take a moment and spend it in our moment of silent reflection, thinking about how we can stay Flint Hill strong. We're still in our we're not sequestered, but we're in our social distancing and quarantine type situation. Think about how you can do your very best today to be kind, to be understanding, and to get your studies done. And I will see you back after the moment of silent reflection. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you taking that time to think about how you can be kind and spread cheer and just be the Flint Hill students that we want you to be. So with that being said, this is all I've got for us today. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day, guys. Stay safe. Be good. Spread kindness. As I said, that's what we need right now. And I will see you back here tomorrow. And remember, if you've got something you'd like for a story you'd like for us to do, email me. Let me know. If it's something that I can do, I'll do it. If not, I'll try to find somebody who can do it for us, okay? So have a great day. Peace out, and I will see you tomorrow.